Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Yeah, I've been like super non-busy on Bigo. It has not been. It's been cool. It's been Bigos has been cool. Like it's this time. It's like you just gotta find the right rooms to to mingle in. Like when men be like, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, they into that poly stuff, right? And they don't be caring. They don't be asking you like, hey, are you into poly? They just automatically just assume you in there. And I'm like, sir, I work too hard for your nonsense. And boy, bye. He was like, you gonna be my next wife. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know me. But that's how the big old life is. Like everybody is like, it's like a homeless shelter. I feel like I'm in a homeless shelter because it must be just asking you about your living arrangements and stuff. I'm like, nigga, or whatever. And then the Africans and the Egyptians and all that, they're the most funniest ones because, mentally they're over there with the green card. They need a green card. They need something to help them. They need a sponsor, you know. So, and I'm just chill. Like I just talk my mess over there, not about people on Bigo, like, cause that's a headache. Trying to like keep up with their drama, just talk. Whatever you want to talk about over there. And somebody's going to be in your chat, somebody's going to support you. Um, but you just got to find the right audience and you got to not be so, that's my friend happy. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube, we can do that a little bit. Like, yeah, the girl, that's my friend, that's my bestie. But Big O, you can't do that. Mm-mm. They can't be your besties. Because wait till you get like 7 extra beans more than they has got, and now they gonna sit there and you on a hunt. You gotta save your whole reputation off of that. So I just say to myself, y'all, say to myself. So I came across Medusa's video of her talking about Jazz body odor, and I'm like, ooh, why does it matter what somebody's BO smells like? That you one, y'all not even screwing the same guy. Why does it y'all don't even have low key your kids, her kid and your kid, they're not even gonna probably run across each other in the rest of their days. Like they will never see, like he will never say, hey, I got a good sister named Paris in California. They probably would never do that. All right. They would never do that. Absolutely not, because they wasn't raised together for some odd reason. But for you to keep on, I guess, trying to stay irrelevant is crazy. But you also told a little story time about your little outing. So I thought it was very interesting. So let's go check that out. All right. Let's check out this outing.
Place that I've been seeing on Instagram. In here, welcome everybody. I know nobody is really in here, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and start telling you guys my little story time because I'm on my way home. I just left the grocery store, and I'm not that far from home, so I decided to go out on this place that I've been seeing on Instagram. um, via these DJs that I had found and started following. Um, and I looked at the little vibe. And the night was trap music versus R&B. So it's gonna have those two, um, you know, styles of music playing. Okay, that's cool. I can vibe with that. So I get ready. I put on the less sexy outfit out of the two outfits, well, three outfits that I had put together. The first outfit that was the most, hey, here I am, was a latex outfit. And I thought I would save that outfit for whenever am with a man, I'm going out with a man, so I can feel really appreciated in it. So I put on a business style outfit.
The only man that's going to appreciate a latex outfit on a woman is a man that thinks you a tranny and he's into that little weird stuff. Just want to let you know that. No man is not going to be like, damn, she saw that latex outfit. No man is going to say that. Just want to give you a little point.
Met Gala. Paris called it a Met Gala outfit. She's like, Mom, it looks like an outfit that would be seen on, the red carpet for the Met Gala this year. I'm like, there he is. Business style dress. And I'm really into the harnesses right now. So I had a black harness that go around my chest, down around my waist, and my legs. Super cute, if you ask me. So yeah, I had that on. Thought I looked cute. As soon as I get out the car, a car of dudes roll up and it's like, hey girl, I know you going in there, you know what I'm saying? How dudes be doing. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I do look as good as I thought I looked. Instantly grabbed attention. So then I go get in line to go inside. And a girl gets in line behind me. And she's like, oh my gosh, you look so cute. I love your outfit. You're a vibe. I love it all. Whatever. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. We start talking. I'm like, did you come out alone? And she was like, yeah, I did. How about you? I was like, yeah, I came out alone too. She was like, well, we can go in together. She's like, I know a lot of people out here, so we can go in together. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I don't know anybody out here. So she was like, okay.
No, you trying to find some lies. Go ahead, girl.
She was like, okay. So then we go inside, and in the club, there's like one big section, the nicest section. And then there's about 6 booths, which are smaller sections. And then there's about 5, 6 bar stool tables with the bar stools at them that were cost to, sit there. Like there was nowhere to sit unless you were paying to sit, pretty much.
Girl vibes. Go ahead, girl.
I'm leaning against one table, and a guy at the other table started talking to me and the girl and was like, you guys want, some of my bottle, whatever? I'm like, no, thank you. She said yes. I set my phone down. I said, can I use your bottle, though, to hold my phone up so I can make a video of myself? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I put the phone against the bottle, and I tried to make me a little video. And then, I forgot to tell you guys one little thing first, but let me finish this part.
Hey, mystery baby.
Then a security comes up to me and he was like, I'm gonna need you to move. And I was like, okay, why? Like what, He's like, these tables are reserved. So I can't have you, sitting here because these tables are reserved. And I was like, well, I'm not sitting here and I don't have my stuff here. I just have my phone set here so I can take a video. And he was like, yeah. I was like, so when I'm done my video, I'll move. He was like, no, I need you to move now. My boss told me to come tell you, and I'm just telling you, I'm, just doing my job. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll respect you. You're just doing your job. You're right. So I get up and I move. Why don't we get up? Because I'm already up. And I grab my phone and I move 2 steps back from the table. And he was like, thank you. And I look up, and there's a guy up there standing at the top looking at everybody. So I was like, okay, that must be the owner. That's who he's talking about, the boss. Which is the same guy. When I first walked in, there was a group of girls in front of me, and they were taking forever. They were trying to pay with Apple Pay or what. I don't know what they were doing. But it was taking a long time. So I kind of leaned over to the side from the line, and I said, how much is it to get in? And I asked the guy that was standing up at the top. He said, I don't know, you got to ask him. So I'm like, okay, well, you're definitely moving like you're somebody, that's comfortable here. So why would you not know how much it is? I didn't say anything. I just said, okay. Asked that guy. He said, oh, it's this much. I paid him and I got in. Then the second situation was me at the table. Looked up and saw, okay, so the owner's just watching me. That was the owner. That was the boss in the front that I asked how much it was to get in. Weird. Okay, so you just watching me.
Yeah,
I guess, I just naturally draw the attention no matter what room I walk in. But yeah, so then the girl that I met in line, she was like, come on, I have a place for us to sit. So I was like, okay, let's go sit down. She takes me, grab your hand, go through the crowd, takes me to the section in the front that's closest to the stage and DJ. And it's a booth, and it's an L shape, and it's a square table, and there's one chair on the outside of the table. She says, you can sit right here, because she sits on the top of the section. It's the guy that I guess told her she could go over there. Or in that chair. I said, I'll sit in the chair. So I sit in the chair and instantly realize that the 5 females that were already sitting in the booth on the lower part started sending real negative, ugly energy my way, looking at each other like, who is this girl? Who does she think she is? Like, they were really hot and bothered that I was sitting there. So hot and bothered that one little group of 3 of the girls got up and went and, assuming from how things played out, told somebody that I was sitting in the section. So a guy comes up to me and he says, who are you? Why are you sitting here? Who are you? Who are you with? I said, I'm with her and she's with him. He said, that's Alex. So you're with Alex? I said, yeah, I guess so, because I'm with her and she's with him. And he said, he looks at the guy and the guy was like, no, she's good, whatever. So then he walks away. The 3 girls are standing, and they're not in the section no more. They're standing on the side of it, and they're talking amongst themselves, and they're like not happy that I'm still sitting there. So they sit back down for another like 5-10 minutes, and they get up again. And once again, a different guy comes and approaches me with them 3 females lingering behind him. Like, I'm not putting 2 and 2 together and realizing you females are going out your way all night trying to figure out who's the person that's going to tell me to move up out this chair. So then the guy comes and he's just looking at me all weird and just staring at me and like going like this, like literally like dogging me and like looking at the guys, talking to them, looking at me. Then he leaves, he walks away. And then he comes back. And I can tell that he got told that I was sick. Like, it was just a weird vibe. So he comes back with a bottle. And mind you, I'm sitting in front of the table. So he needs me to move in order to put the bottle in the ice bucket. So he's like, you need to get up, you need to move. Rude as fuck. So I get up and I'm like standing, I'm still holding onto the back of my chair, and I just kind of move out the way so he can put the bottle down. He puts the bottle down, and then he puts the bottle down, and then he's just leaning over with his back towards me, talking to the guys that are up sitting up there in the section. So I tap him on the shoulder. I said, excuse me. I said, is it a problem that I'm sitting here? Like, am I causing problems for you by sitting right here in this chair? Oh, no, I just don't know who you are or who you're with or why you're here or what you're doing. Da, da, da. And I said, I'm with her and she's with him. And they said it was okay for me to sit here. Why is this such a big deal? Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Okay, so then he walks away, comes back and talks to the dude that said it's okay for me to sit there. And then the girl I came with was like, just get up out the chair. So I just get up out the chair and go stand over by the DJ and, act like I'm unbothered because I've grown and I've
Are you
healed.
still
And
bothered?
so little pettiness does not get under my skin and make me react. It may bother me because you could have just been nice and cool with me and everything could have been, fun and good. But the vibe there was horrible. So I don't know if I'll ever go back there, that specific place. Maybe try a different place. Because I could tell that those girls were regulars there and they knew everybody there. They knew the DJ, they knew the, promoters. I know this, I know that, whatever. And we're trying their hardest to get under my skin. But baby, when you vibrate at such a high frequency, you're gonna bother people. People are gonna be bothered by your presence. You're gonna trigger insecurities in other people. And you just gotta be okay with that. Like if I react off of every single person giving me a dirty look, maybe I would not enjoy my night.
Yesterday, the other day.
I didn't drink as much as I wanted to drink because I didn't know how those females were gonna act. Once again, I just met this girl, so I don't know, it was just a let's hang out because we're both here by ourselves type of vibe. So I don't know if they're gonna have my back if anything was to like pop off. And the owner was already acting funny with me from the jump for I don't know what reason. And then the females started acting funny. And it was just giving haters big time. But it's crazy because I know a local celebrity that all those people that were giving me a hard time know. And he is the same guy that I did the, 14 or 16-year crush little Q&A in the car with. I did it with him. So I called him after and told him the whole story and the people and, what they looked like, everything. He knew who everybody was. And he was like, that's funny. But you should have called me on FaceTime and handed him the phone. Or one of those dudes the phone, any of those dudes the phone, and you would have been good. Like, you would have been taking care of this tonight. I was just like, yeah, I just didn't, I just wasn't going that route. I just didn't take that route. But I know I could have because he's obsessed with me and, he wants me to be wifey. So he's going to do anything I ask and do anything I say.
Okay.
So yeah, he
but you still stay home with your parents.
Say next time I go out in that area to let him know to go out with me. He's not a partier, so I wasn't gonna ask him to go out with me. I was gonna go to his house after because he lived close. If I drank too much, I live over 30 minutes away from the club, and he lives like 10 minutes away from the club. So I was just gonna go sit at his house. But because I didn't drink that much, and I didn't do no after partying, I just did because that was it. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and go home. So I ended up driving home the end of the night. But next time I have a kid-free night in a couple weeks. We'll try again.
Your filter's gone off, boo boo.
I'm gonna have a better night, and I'm not gonna, entertain all the BS, and do what I always do and bring the haters out.
Is that it, boo boo?
Middle child gets up and tries to come in my bed, and I gotta go for night because the two youngest stay me in the.
Oh, well, she did record some videos of that night. So we're going to look at what she recorded and how she dressed, y'all. Because to me, she seems like she's more salty about her night than she just trying to protect her peace. So y'all, let's look at it for kicks and giggles. Okay, so she do have, I guess she's in her feelings and she has to prove, something. So we're just gonna look at this one. She got three of them. Medusa, what was that? What was the kind of shoes you was wearing? Was you trying to be a gangster and a scuba diver at the same time? I'm confused. Like, what was you trying to accomplish? But hey, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So here she's at probably what she's talking about, sitting at that booth. So the girl's sitting right here. Alright. Look like a very young crowd. Look at Michael Jackson, leather jacket over there.
Grab this. And I know you're so excited. If you bite it, they won't hear. And
okay. Maybe, it is what it is. Okay. So she did have the girl, and maybe she's sitting right here and recording herself. Look like Forrest Gump in the thighs. Run, Forrest. Okay. Medusa, you look very thirsty. Thirsty. am I was 30, but this year I'm 40. You look thirsty as hell. See, the kicker was, and personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, I personally felt like you have shit on your face because nobody wasn't giving you that attention that you were seeking. So what you went was you try to find the female that you think you can shit on, but the boo boo was on you. Okay, y'all know that one friend that always collect those ugly friends or the not lookers, and they say, "Well, I look better than her," so you had to pick the one that was in line by herself because you thought, "Hey, I'm gonna outshine her if I'm with her, right?" Because you can't rock solo. You 30 some years old, and you can't even shake and move a club by yourself. It's crazy because that's what you come across. Like, yeah, I did this, but what I found out was that you do leech off of who you think is the worst, so you can get in somewhere. See, it only takes a person one time for me to be like feeling awkward. Obviously, that girl really probably made you feel some type of way. And the other girls, they just reminded you that you too damn old to be here. So what you did at the end of the film was, at the end of the story, was you try to boost it up. Like, oh, I know this celebrity, and he told me all I had to do. Why you didn't call him? If you knew that everybody knew him, you should have called and said, "Hey, these people are giving me a hard time. See, what you really did was you went up there to that club as a bum. Because, y'all, if I'm going somewhere by myself, I'm going to have money for whatever. If I'm just knowing I'm going to be standing and drinking, sitting at the bar, I'm going to make sure that I have what I need so I don't have to depend on nobody to give me anything. And she was like, oh, well, I didn't drink the way I wanted to. No, bro, because you didn't have any money to drink like that. And then at the end, you try to say, well, I was going to go to his house if I get too drunk. Why would you drink and drive, dummy? Even if his house is 10 minutes or your house is 30 minutes, why is that your motive to hanging out with the man? If that's the case, I'd rather hang out with the man before I go to the club by myself. If you had that option, but you obviously don't have that option. You never did have that option, but you wanted to come on this camera and portray, hey, I got options. Well, if I know him, he my crush, and the girl, bye. He probably don't even know this conversation. That's just something in your head. See, that's the reason why I feel like that's the reason why you envy Jazz so much. Because, hey, she does lie. She does lie, but she also can bring up, she can make it look good. And y'all, we can't deny Jazz will lie and make shit look good. Like goodness, well, we know something ain't $600, but we know what that is. We know nobody can call DoorDash on her to get her job lost, but it looks good, right? It looks good. We know goodness well that man was not answering your phone call or trying to see you after the club, girl. Because you're a certain age. You're not going to be mingling by yourself. One, you're not going to travel 30 minutes to mingle by yourself. You was really hoping to get bite off of somebody. Just by what you said, you walked out going towards there, and a couple of men in the car was like, man, you look good. You needed that validation. And what pissed you off more was the club owner did not give you any time or day. The DJs, the bouncers, they overlooked your ass. When that man said, we don't know who you are, why you here, he just basically made you feel like boo-boo. And what you did was you had to build yourself up was to go around here and talk about, the local celebrity. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere and raise those 3 kids, local celebrity my ass. You just like Jazz. One day you're going to have to realize you're going to have to grow up. You cannot go around here looking like Krusty the Krab and say, hey, I can make moves. You can't make moves no more, boo-boo. And remind yourself, you can't have a real life filter. So when people saw you, they know what they saw. They saw a middle-aged woman trying to fit in. Even though you had that dude with the Eddie Murphy jacket on the back, Raw edition in there, but obviously people was probably not hating on you per se in the way that you think they was hating on you. They was probably saying, who is grandma? Why is she here? Because I'll be honest with you, saw different ethnics floating around, having, walking. See, one thing I don't like about clubs now, it's just like it's a track. I feel like it's a track. Like you gotta walk around. Everybody's walking around. Like what the fuck? Nobody ain't dancing. And if you're dancing, you're doing like you sticking your hands in the air. Yeah, I used to boogie. Okay, that's how old I am to say boogie. I used to boogie on the dance floor. Snap your fingers. Young Jock motorcycle. I'm not sitting up there with no camera trying to look sexy for what? You could do that shit at home. Or AKA you could have did that. You could have wore that whole outfit to your dude's house. I'm just saying. If I'm gonna spend 30 minutes going to the club by myself. Y'all, one thing I don't do is clubs by myself. And I haven't did a club in so long. Not because I can. It's just it's no point. I'd rather have a good night with Netflix, popcorn, and I'm aggravating the piss out of somebody while texting him while he's laying right beside me. What you thinking? You like that part? Aggravating the crap out of him. Playing Uno, phase 10. I'm a grown woman. So I'm not going to want to be around any kids trying to see if I still got it. Hell to the no. Mm-mm. You upset because any, you didn't feel important. And that's not those people's job to strike your ego. You're the one that came out there and Al Capone outfit, the scuba diving on the neck, the waist, the ankles, and the scuba diving shoes. You the one that came out the house looking like that. Nobody did. And now you want somebody to be like, damn girl, you fine. Come to our section. No. That girl told you you can sit right here at the end. She didn't even try to put you by the booth. They ain't try to put you inside. They still had your ass sitting on the outside. That should be enough saying, no, girl, you chill, but I'm gonna holler at you later. But let me just stand right here. You want to be accepted so bad, you rather sit on the outskirts. And you got the audacity to talk about jazz? No, baby, you need a soul search. You have to soul search. I didn't tell this story. You told this story. And I just know that if I'm 30 some years old, I'm not going to be taking a break from my kids needing to go to the club. And then on top of that, I get upset when the men don't give me attention that I need. Because obviously that was really the issue. And the women was the one that you really had a problem with because they wasn't kissing your ass. You're not on their level. And for them, they see grandma over here trying to looking crazy. And then personally with that outfit, I would personally think you was an entrapment cop trying to see if you can get soliciting or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this is a cop. Nobody dressed like this. Not even if you are fashionable or you this and you that. Girl, no, you showed your age and it's embarrassing. It's even worse that you keep tabs on jazz. But the thing about it is what you wore at that club. And we know goodness well that girl was probably laughing at you. That's sad. See, a lot of times people be like, hey girl, come on. You that's when you know you don't have friends. Like you say you got cousins and stuff. I would have rock one of my cousins say, hey, I'm about to go over here. Do you mind going with me? And how my outfit look? No, we don't wear that no more. But I'll look cute if you put a belt on and some forces. That would have been cute. And take off all that costume jewelry. We don't wear that no more. If it's not real, there's no point of wearing it. But you over there got costume jewelry. You got the whole. You was talking about I'm into that. No, that's all you can afford. So you're gonna put pieces together. Because personally, we saw how you used to look, right? When you was in Houston and You had some color, you had this, you had style for that time frame for those people. But now you trying to fit in at 30 some years old. This is a perfect time for you to actually go find something about your life and not hold on to jazz. See, jazz is still going to be jazz, but it sucks when you still the same person because somebody else refused to move on. You still trying to prove that you're better than her. I don't understand why. And number one, I'm just sorry to say this, but you looking like you're aging without your filter. It's probably because you're using so many cosmetic that doesn't combine with, just say, I've been using Mary Kay for like about 20 years, since I was like 15, 16. So I've been using Mary Kay for some years. And the other stuff, like anything else, it will age my fucking face in a heartbeat. You're the one that have to live with your kids. Your kids gonna watch you trying to find yourself in this world. It's gonna be too late. And before you know it, your kids gonna have a hard time trying to find themselves. And you was actually hating on those younger girls, low key. You might say they was hating on you, but I feel like you was hating on them because they know the people they knew they was club going. But you weren't sitting on the outside. You was okay with them sitting on the outside. Hey, Pines, that's the sad reality. You was accepting. You kept saying, well, I'm with her and she's with him. Like, bitch, I will never put those two together in my life. I'll say, well, we're together. Girl, I don't know that man. I sit right here. And the crazy part about it is you're so old that you should know this. You don't trust people are not your friends when you get in that club. That's crazy to me. Y'all think I'm gonna be sitting there saying, "Hey, girl, are you friends? You want to be my friend?" Because I ain't had no friends at this club tonight. Girl, they could rob you. They could put something in your drink, and you just happy to be around somebody. Crazy, double work. But y'all, I gotta go and talk about thing Medusa, and that's the kicker. And look, Pines, she said, "Now I'm clowning right now. I'm clowning." You said that he wanted to be the celebrity crush. Said that he'll do anything for you, and he wants you to be wifey. Baby, why are you still staying at your parents' house? See, I'm gonna tell y'all that man just want a freaking blowjob and maybe try to get you pregnant. And maybe he don't even want to do that. Because personally, y'all, y'all know I have a 10-year itch. So I'm in South Carolina and I'm going to a club. And my 10-year itch is down the street. Y'all think I'm gonna choose the club or 10-year itch? 10-year itch for 400 Alex. Because y'all, I'd rather have thatness than fakeness. I at least know that I'm gonna have a good time with my man versus I, I'm trying to still look, trying to go out, trying to find somebody. You was trying to find somebody. You got 3 kids, still trying to find, still trying to feel validated. Like you need the public to. That's the reason why you still dress the way you dress. I'll at least say Jazz up here looking bummy. She got acne. She stink. Whatever the case is. But we don't hear Jasmine talking about she needs validation. We at least know that her low self-esteem was on probably Plenty of Fish or Black Planet, Tag, Home. Was that I don't know, Grinder. She had to find Chris somewhere. Tinder or Grinder. I just thought about it. She didn't find Chris on Plenty of Fish. She found him on probably typical Grinder at this point. We at least know her self-esteem was only on YouTube, on social media where she found Chris. But you gotta be 30 some plus dressing like that. That's crazy. No, absolutely not. He didn't even know where Bermuda was. You think he gonna find where Christian Mingle is? Nah, she found him on Grinder. And I'm keeping that story. Cause Jazz do look like the type that she was like, damn, they got some fine ass niggas on Grinder. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Chrissy got a Grinder. I wouldn't be surprised. Chrissy probably logged on right now. I'm sorry, I already said Chrissy went to go visit a Dingaling when she told us that she was visiting her cousin. Her cousin came and found out she was visiting a Dingaling. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. I would not be surprised. I would be surprised. Jazz and you know that time they was in Jazz and Chrissy, they went, I think Jazz went to Chrissy's house. I think they probably set up their Grinder account that day. Let me stop making fun of people's children. I'm trying to get to heaven. Well, I don't know why y'all playing. I think they do. And it's okay. It's okay. If they do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. But y'all, let me go. I wanted to do another video tonight, but it's not gonna work out. Yeah, I am so tired. But I just had to have a little fun with Medusa because Medusa always got some Jasmine going. And I'm like, girl, you need to find a life. Cause I obviously, I'll be honest with you. I did see Jazz like live today, y'all, and she was sitting there talking about her and Chris have a conversation. They have a communication that I feel like they don't. They don't. I personally feel like Jazz is low key embarrassed that her and Chris is not together. Not that they're not together, but he's not co-parenting. He's not being there. She's embarrassed that she is like her son is like Paris over there. And the only kids that he really cared for or he's really active is his twins. But that's what makes me wonder, like, if both of these moms got pregnant by this man intentionally. Because to me, this man really never loved these kids. So Jazz can't get on here and say, because one, she don't know who Medusa's talking to, and she don't know what they're going to say. So she can't go on here and say, yeah, she can't even hide Stinkerbug in the closet and say, hey, Stinkerbug, be quiet. Yes, Stinkerbug with his daddy. She can't say that because somebody's going to probably come on there and say, Chris never saw that child. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how that child looked. He don't even talk about him. You get what I'm saying? So she can't really tell y'all Chris taking the son, Chris is doing anything with the son. She can't even say anything because she knows that she might, get clocked. You know what I'm saying? She might get clocked. And I'm sorry. We know now that Medusa don't get child support. She don't get child support. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's struggling. She out here really got to tell y'all, I know a local celebrity and he wants me to be his wifey. But you just was like linked up with a guy. See, low key, y'all see where I'm coming from? Like, low key, you had one guy late at night telling you that he was a crush. And then the next guy, you was talking about like, hey, he comes and he do card reading. You just found him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not that same dude. She got 2 car videos with dudes, and both of them are at night. Yeah, I can at least see my dude in the daytime. I don't have to wait tonight. Not because I got kids. No, I can see him at night, in the daytime, nighttime, the right time, I guess. And I don't have to like, personally, I'm very private with my private life, but um, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-mm. No, I'm sorry. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But that's just me. I mean, you probably need to not worry about getting Botox in your nose, lip injections, um, trying to look the hottest while your kids are on top of each other in one bedroom. I'm sorry. I just can't believe somebody get food stamps and they got money for Botox. That's crazy. That's devil work right there. And so what? You get it on your tax season time, but it's not like you can constantly get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, your hair is fading, like your color is gone. I think I see why that club was like that club owner was like, who is she? Why is she here? We don't have any meth. I see why. Just saying. But y'all, let me get off of here. And I'll talk to y'all beautiful people later. Night night.